Season to taste with squab spice, salt and pepper. Season to taste with salt and pepper. Season to taste with salt and pepper. Season to taste. Something I've seen in so many recipes that I've tested, but I don't know if I've ever really heard anybody talk through, explain, what does it mean to season to taste? You know, obviously you put some seasoning and you taste it, but how do you know when to stop? Seasoning is one of those things that seems so simple until you actually try to get it right. And if I want to make a tasting menu at home, I need some seasoning to taste practice. So why is seasoning to taste so important? Salt amplifies flavor and suppresses bitterness, which is why properly seasoning food tastes more like itself and why it's so important. The goal with this experiment is really to try to calibrate the palate. I want to taste something that has no salt, perfectly seasoned, and then over seasoned back to back to better hone my palate tasting abilities. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of what you expect. It's very bland. The flavors are almost kind of muted. Okay, so the flavors are kind of waking up. They're coming to life. It almost tastes like the flavors are a little bit vibrant. Honestly, feel like that is pretty easy to identify, honestly. When something's over seasoned, when you can taste the salt in it, you know you've gone too far. So clearly salt matters. The difference between under seasoned and properly seasoned food is huge. But salt isn't just about making things less bland. It also changes how ingredients taste. And tomatoes are a great example of this. Let's try our unsalted piece. It's pretty good. Tastes like a tomato. You know, a little bit dull. Now we're gonna try our piece that's been sitting with salt for a couple minutes. It's so much more tomatoey. Salt pulls moisture out of the tomato, which concentrates flavors and makes it taste more tomatoey. So this is where seasoning to taste actually happens. We've got a broth. It's unseasoned, so, I mean, it tastes like chicken water. I'm gonna go in with a little bit of salt. Okay, it's better. The flavors are starting to enhance. I don't think we're quite there yet though. I think we need a little bit more. Ooh, okay. Yeah, we are so close. You can really taste those flavors just kind of like enhancing, starting to get a little bit brighter. You know what would be hilarious is if I over-season this, because that is my trap that I fall into every single time. The problem with salt is it makes things taste better. And I keep going and I keep going until it doesn't taste better and it just tastes salty. Yeah, that is it right there. Perfectly vibrant. The flavors just come to life. So we start at flat. As we season more, we'll get a little bit clearer. Season a little bit more, we'll get to vibrant. And once we go too far, obviously we get to salty. This is the key. This is the secret sauce. Seasoning to taste really does just mean put a little salt, put a little seasoning, taste, and slowly adjust until the salt brings the ingredients to life. Which sounds simple, but it really is a skill that you have to train for your palate to know when that end is. That's the hard part, knowing when to stop. If I want to make a tasting menu at home, this is absolutely a skill that I need to master. So the next time a recipe says season to taste, trust your tongue.